Hey guys, today I'm going to be replacing a soft top on a 1996 Mazda Miata. This is not the original top. I put the top on it a couple years ago, but being in South Texas, the sun just beats down on it, and it actually ended up shrinking the back window, which is no longer here. But let a buddy of mine borrow the car. He put some plastic on it to try and keep the weather out of it. He was driving it until the crank pulley fell off and destroyed the oil pump. That's going to be my next video, putting an oil pump in this car without removing the engine. I have not seen a video on YouTube about that, but I'm going to try and do it and just see how it goes. But today I'm going to pull the top off the Miata. So I'm going to start with just pulling all the plastic and tape off of this. And alright, first thing you're going to want to do is obviously open the doors. Then you're going to pop the latches. And once you do that, you're going to lean the seats forward as good as far forward as you can. Give you some extra room in there. Next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to take this carpet out. There may or may not be some push pins in there. This one has some. They're aftermarket, they're not the original, as it is almost a 29-year-old car. Take this and try to keep all the leaves and stuff like that in it, and you're just going to throw it off to the side. Alright. Once you got the top and everything like that out of the way, you're going to lay the top down. You're going to need to remove this one 10mm bolt. You're going to remove that, you're going to set it off to the side. Next, you got a Phillips head screw right here. You're going to have to remove this piece right here. It just pulls off. You're going to take this piece of trim, you're going to just pull it off as far as it'll go, and just lay it off to the side. You're going to pull your plastic cover here and your support here, revealing a 17mm screw or bolt. Remove both of those. Set it on your seat. Then you're going to remove this part. I've already done the other side, so this bar will fall and come right off. So you remove your bar, set it off to the side. And this piece, not entirely sure if it's going to have any clips in it. Mine never had. You're going to kind of pull it sideways because you have a nipple here. And your piece right here will come right off. Open your seatbelt up a little bit, slide it out. Pull it that way, because again you have another nipple and you have two clips that hold the piece on. Set that to the side. Alright, scorpion carcass. The bolts you're going to get to now are these three here. 1, 2, 3. And that should be a 12. It is. So you're going after these 3 bolts because you're going to be removing the frame off of it. Don't forget you have a spacer right there too. In there, but that one really, you can leave that one there, but I just pulled it out just because. So you got 3 bolts here. 1, 2, and 3. And that will allow your frame to come out. There's really nowhere for these bolts to go. They are longer and wider than the rest of the body, since they are sunk into the car itself. So they shouldn't go anywhere. You get those 3 bolts out and the top is ready to come out. Alright, once you get your 3 bolts out of each side, you're going to go ahead and raise your top back up. And then you're going to have down in here somewhere, there they are, you're going to have all these bolts to undo. You got this one here, this one over here, this one back here, and then you just run all back over here. When I put this top in last time, I put a new drip rail in it, so this one's still in good shape. But you're gonna have to do all the bolts all the way from over here where your top hinge is, all the way around to the other side. So once you do that, then your top is definitely ready to come out, and you can work on it on the floor. Alright, I got all of the trim off, and your drip rail come off with the top. Some tops come with the drip rail, some don't. I don't remember which one I bought, so yeah. Did forget one additional thing. This piece right here has to come off. It's held in with one of those Christmas tree bit things. So you just get something back in there behind it and pry, and it should come right out. Should come right out. So, yeah. Once you get that piece out, then your whole top will lift up and you can set it on your ground. Alright. Now that you got your top upside down, you can let your dogs walk all over it. You need to pull your rubber pieces, your weather stripping. Oh, there's the dog. You pull your weather stripping off. This bottom one is held on with 2 Christmas tree type bits, and those are literally just going to pull right out. These here should have push pins in it, but this one doesn't. They must have fallen off at some point, but they just pull right off. You set those off to the side. And this one, I'm going to pull. You're going to get something underneath there to pry it up. I held in with the little Christmas tree bits. And then you got a screw, Phillips head screw right here that you got to pull off. You're going to pull your bracket off. You set it to the side. You're going to reuse it. Once you do that, then you're going to pull your 3 weather stripping channels out. Put those to the side. You're going to do the last one. Alright, now your top should be getting loose. Should be very little, holding on to them. The dogs are here to say hi again. Next step is to get your drill out. You have 2 rivets, one here, and those need to come off next. And of course that one's just spinning. There's the head off of that one. Got it. Alright. Then you're going to try and fold the top up a little bit, because there's a spring right here that you need to get off. So you need to be able to get this piece right here off. Sometimes it's easier said than done. And again, you can also just tear the top, because again, this one's junk. But you're gonna fold your top up. That way you get a little bit extra room in here. You can take your Phillips head screwdriver. You're gonna undo your spring, because it's attached to a metal wire that's run through the length, or through the top of the top. Set that to the side. It's also threaded through a hole right there. I'm just gonna pull it through, and it goes into the top. And I've already done the other side, so you're gonna come through and you're gonna unvelcro it. Again, this is what this top is. I don't remember if the factory tops are this way or not, but this one is. The next step is to pull this trim piece off. This is the next step. You're going to pull your Phillips head screws off, and you should be able to wrap the top out from underneath it. Let's see how this goes. It's always fun trying to work with dogs, especially ones that are obsessed with the tennis round object. The things tennis players use. There you go. Otherwise, it is a 4-letter forbidden word that they go crazy if you end up saying it. So. And of course, they're looking at the camera. You take this, set it off to the side. Alright, next you're going to start unwrapping your top. And then you're going to need to pull this part out. It's just pressed into this groove here. So you need to or you can just cut it and pull it out that way. That's not the way I prefer to do it, so we're doing it this way. Once you get it, just keep going with it. Don't lose those. Got that. Alright, so next thing you're going to want to do is try to get your spring and everything like that pulled through the top. Eventually the dogs will learn to leave me alone while I'm working, but that day is not today. So once you get your cable and your spring pulled out, then you can flip you flip your thing over and pull your last piece of the top out. And once you do that, you're done. I mean, you're not done, but you got your old top removed and you're ready to install the new one. top off and in the bin, trash can, whatever you like to call it. Alright, now that everything is out, take your top, flip it back over, and you're going to want to fix, or at least kill, all this rust that appears. So you got some rust right here. You got some more rust over here. Nothing on the bottom side, or top side technically, but you're gonna get a wire brush and wire brush it all, and then put some rust killing stuff on it. And so once I do that, I'll be back. All right, got the new top here. You're gonna want to do your best to protect the window. It is this top is a plastic window. It's a cheap top, so yeah. First thing you're gonna do is you're gonna want to try and get this tuck into the groove. So you're gonna want as much space as you can for that. Might have to bend that out just a little bit. I'm trying to get it as centered as you can. Once you get it all the way in, then you can start bending your piece back. And that way it grips to the piece. You should just be able to gently bend it out with your fingers. But you're going to want extra here. That way you can get it wrapped around a little bit easier. There's the center. All of it's all the way in. And these pieces do have a split right in the middle where it kind of makes a little bit of a C shape. Makes it a lot easier to get in there. That one there. So this one's in. That's good to go. I'm going to take this one. Try and fold your pieces up again. That way you have extra slack in here. Come bend your rail back out. And repeat the process. Crazy dogs. Running around creating mayhem. Already trying to scratch my window. Might be better if I went and taped that, but oh well. There's the middle. have this one that's Velcro. This is the hardest one of all to do. Just kidding. And even the Velcro one's got that piece. Alright, now that process is done, time to send your cable through the top. So it's going to go in here, this little hole, and it's going to come out here and then into another hole on your frame. If I remember correctly, this was the most tedious part of this. So, yeah. It doesn't help that the pieces are stuck together. Alright. Unfortunately, these pieces are stuck together, so I had to go get a coat hanger and put a little hook on the end. So, gonna send it through here. attach it to your spring. I'll just pull it all the way through. And here's the dog. Keeps wanting me to throw the round object. Keeps bumping into the camera. So you're gonna get it in there and you just gotta pull. I don't like the sound of that. And of course it stops her right there. But got it through. Kinda, sorta, maybe. Send it through your hole right there on the side. And it's gonna go through the hole right there. It's gonna come up. Right there, behind that, and get screwed down right there. So it's got to go behind that little nub, that one right there, and attach right there with your screw. You're gonna repeat the process on the other side. Okay, so you got to send it through this before you send the cable through. So I went back and fixed that. Next step is you're gonna put the piece across the front. Grab a piece, wrap it all around the corners and everything up front. Make it look all nice and pretty. Fold this particular top, you fold across the top like this. So it gives you the dotted lines, serrated section, I guess. Here and fold it up again. Go find my screws. Found the screws. It's always easier to start with one. No, apparently I hurt myself. Get the one started. Try and get this to sit right. You know. Hey, go away. get all your bolts in, your screws in, and you're going to tighten it up. There is such a thing as over tightening these since they are going into plastic. So you just want to get them snug. Once you finish your front, then you're going to come over here to one of your sides. This piece right here is going to get riveted, pop riveted back here. With the kit that I bought off of Amazon, this particular top does not come with rivets. I want to say the other one I bought previously, gross, did. So yeah, so you might need to invest in some. I've got some stainless steel ones from the Jeep project that I did, so I'm gonna be using those. It does have a couple more spots here for pop rivets. I will utilize those as well on this particular top. So you may have to stretch and pull and stretch and to get everything to line up the way you want it. So let me do that, and once I get everything riveted down, you also need to put that trim piece back on here. Alright, just finished the other side. Let me walk everybody how to do this side. So you're gonna kind of pull, tug, whatever you need to do. Fold the frame up if you need to. You're gonna get this piece up and over here. Again, it's a new top, so it's gonna be a little bit more tricky than a used top. Let me fold my top up a little bit more. Get my screwdriver out from under there. Might help just a wee bit. There you go. There we go. Well, now that that's in place right there, you're going to take your little trim type piece. You're going to send it in home. Put it through the hole, find out where it needs to go, and screw it in. Nice and snug. Now, the pop rivet kit that I have just so happens to have washers, and I'm going to end up using washers as backups, which I recommend doing. It's stronger. So you pop rivet, I put a washer on the front, put it in the gun, stick it in the hole, the small hole for the pop rivets. Gonna find the hole on the other side. That's right. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. You stick it in the hole. You're gonna grab yourself another washer. Come around the back side. You're gonna stick it on that rivet. Gonna drop it. So you get yourself another one. You're going to stick it on the rivet. You're going to fumble with it. You're going to stick it on the rivet. Eventually, there we go. And you're just gonna clamp it down until it pops. There you go. Now it's attached and got a good fit on the other side. So you're gonna do it again. Rinse and repeat for the second one. Off here, it's gonna be down there. I'm gonna do a second washing. Gonna stick it on the rivet. Like so. Start cinching it down. There's those two down, and you're going to take these. These two have some as well. Oh, you can't even see that. You can see that. And do the same with these back here. You've got two. One that goes right there. These are a little easier to get to with the washers. Nope, still got the remnants of the old one. Big screwdriver. Should be able to just hit it hard enough and pop it out, but this one ain't want to do that, so let me get that out of there. Alright, I got it. And that's why I put the washers on it. It just makes it have something more to grip onto than the wallered out holes on the frame. So now that you got those on, you can put your metal brackets that hold your weather stripping. On a side note, you do not have to remove these two. You can leave these two on there, and you can also leave, well, you have to take this one off. You can leave this one on there. This one has to come off because you have the one screw here. So let me go ahead and put those on real quick. Alright, once you get your brackets on, then you're going to put your weather stripping on. Quick little trick that I've found to put these on is this piece goes towards the long side, which is on the inside of the car. You're going to put this piece of the rail into this here, and you're just going to push down. And you should be able to feel it go into the groove. Now this one, these push pins are junk, honestly. So I'm going to pull these out, and I'm actually going to rivet. I'm only going to put one rivet on this back side into here, into the back here, that way. Sorry, into the back here, right here. That way it doesn't come out. Alright, unfortunately, the top I bought did not come with the drip rail. So I'm going to have to drill every single one of these out in order to get this drip rail out. So ain't gonna be too much hard, it's just nothing to it but to do it. Alright, it's just as simple as drilling out all of the rivet things that were attaching it to the old top and transferring it over to the new top with the rivets. These happen to be stainless steel, so they won't rust. The tall side goes to the outside of the top, and it's going to get tucked in once we put the top back on. So I'm going to go ahead and rivet this drip rail all the way across. Alright, once you got the drip rail all installed, then you can go ahead and put that back on there. Alright, so when you set this thing back in here, there's two studs. One down there. Come on, focus. Focus. That one down there. And that one there. There's corresponding slotted pieces on the frame here. So you're going to want to get those lined up. Once you get them lined up, push down, and thread some bolts in there. I need 2 hands for this. Alright, once you get your 6 bolts in, 3 over here, 3 over there, then you're going to raise your top up. It's going to sit a little funky, but that's okay. You're going to take your drip rail, and you're going to take this right here, and you're going to take your other piece that you took off, this piece right here. It's going to go in there like that in a way. Actually, I got bent. It's going to go in there. Top might need to come down, but nope. Got it. It's going in there like that. That's going to get tucked around there. Then it's going to get tucked underneath this rubber molding. And there's a hole, right? Get the light. Right? There's a hole right back here that you're going to put this with a push Christmas tree bit. One of these in there. Once you get that in there, I've got that side in already. You're going to tuck this piece under this lip all the way around. And once you tuck this up underneath there, then you're going to put your brackets in here, and you're going to put your bolts and attach the back of the top to this. You may need to have the top sitting like this or so. That way you have enough room, because the top's going to be tight. So once I get this in here, then I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Alright, I'm starting to put the brackets on. You can see I've got 3 bolts started. So once you get them started, you're going to come back here and look down here. Make sure that this rubber piece is tucked up behind here. Especially as you come towards the back of the car. It's going to be a little bit harder to do, but it is totally doable. I'll come back once the top is completely bolted in. Alright, once you get your brackets back in, you're going to come back here, quadruple check, make sure your rubber is behind your lip, which this one is, all the way around. Then you're going to come back, make sure there's something under your window, that way you don't scratch it with the plastic window. Drop the top. Then you're going to install your side panels. Don't forget you have your nubs. Got one there, down here, and your 2 pins. And your seatbelt. Don't forget your seatbelt. Kind of important. Put that piece in. You make sure your spacer's in there. You gotta put the spacer washer in there. Gonna grab the shoulder point or shoulder portion Put your plastic thing in here. Maybe. There we go. Slide the bolt in, put your spacer, and you're going to thread it in. And tighten it down. You do not want to forget to tighten these down because they are your seat belts. Put your molding back on. Put this piece on. Like that. You put this piece on. Goes on like so. With a Phillips head. And put it on with the Phillips head. Then you have your one bolt that goes in here. You're going to put your 10 mil in. Put the cap on this. Then you put your brace. Then you put your brace on that goes from here all the way over there. Let me go ahead and put that side together, and I'll put the brace on, and I'll show you the finished product. Alright, here's the finished product. I do want to point out that the brackets are supposed to go the other way. So I'll put the brackets on upside down, which is causing a massive gap under here. I'm going to fix that at a later date, but here's the finished product. Everything looks good, lines up. Do want to say, you want to put it on, don't pull it tight yet. Go put it outside, let the sun heat it up a little bit. That way it'll get a little more pliable and get it to stretch a little bit. But other than that, I'm very pleased with the quality of this. I mean, it's only a little over 200 bucks, so can't complain. I did want the plastic glass. I didn't want the actual glass, but this has a wider view than the actual glass, so I'm happy with it. Dogs walked on it, so there's a couple of scratches, but dogs are dogs. But anyway, if you liked the video, I got another video coming out on this car, replacing the oil pump. So stay tuned. Thank you for watching. Later.